My name is Lima. I use she, her pronouns, and I am on the organizing committee for Immigrant Justice Working Group out of New York City, DSA. I'm a member of our Queens branch, so any Queens people happen to be here, represent. And like I mentioned, I work in the Bronx as an immigration attorney. I cover the Bronx and Lower Hudson Valley. So just out of considerations for operational security, we do ask that folks not record their screen or take photos during the training. I will make sure that slides are shared with all the people who registered as participants for this, so you don't have to worry about taking notes for that. But just for the security and safety of everyone on the call, we don't want any of your names to be, without your consent shared anywhere. So we just ask for that. And also, by participating in this training, we're asking that means that you are not law enforcement or press here in a capacity of covering this training. Again, just out of protection for folks and risks that they may face if this sort of were to become a more widely covered event. Because I'm the new star of the New York Post, which has been fun. Okay, so like I said, we're going to start with some key Know Your Rights takeaways. I have a sign right behind me that says no ICE. I don't think my feelings are a secret. What the heck is ICE? ICE stands for Immigration and Customs Enforcement. It was established in 2003 under the then newly created Department of Homeland Security, which means that ICE is younger than the cinematic masterpiece Shrek. I share that not only to add a moment of levity to what is obviously quite heavy content and a depressing reality, but also to make sure we all keep in mind and keep our eyes on the fact that ICE is not inevitable. Unless any of you are really young, which if you are, adorable, welcome to the world. Most of us on this call have probably existed in a world without ICE. And I think that's so important to keep in mind when we think about these battles that feel really big, and when people try to make us feel super radical for wanting to abolish ICE. It is in fact a very moderate position, and ICE has not been around that long. We can and we will exist without it again soon. But as we know, a big angle that had been sort of emphasized or promoted was, ICE is just going to go after the most violent criminals. That's they're getting the criminals out, which in and of itself, I would have found unacceptable as a concept because I don't believe in restraining people's freedom of movement, but that's a different training. And then finally, ICE is racist, fascist, Islamophobic, and every bad thing. It is the intersectionality, I'm sure, is not lost on this audience, but it's just really important to remember in all things that we do who bears the brunt greatest at the greatest level. I want to acknowledge ICE agents have been wearing these face coverings a lot lately. And I think it's really unfortunate that it has made some people who otherwise might want to wear a mask for their health feel like they shouldn't. And I just want to name, it's especially annoying that it's often people who insisted that they simply couldn't breathe through a mask during the COVID-19, the height of the pandemic. But now they're actually, I would love to cover my face in this little, weird sock thing that I'm wearing. It's never actually a KN95. But I do think if you see someone like this wearing a face covering, that is reason to pause and be a little suspicious. But yes, the plain clothes are a real problem. It is ICE can't, in theory, in practice, they seem to do this. In theory, ICE can't just grab someone for no good reason. However, reasonable suspicion is okay. Francis, are you seeing the message in the chat?
The message in the chat from Stacy Long?
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Okay. Let me see what I can do.
Okay. I don't want to force people to stop the training, but I think maybe we do need to pause out of concern for everyone's safety, because I don't want people on this call to be at risk. And for people who can't read the chat or for whatever reason, let me just read aloud for you all. It says, and thank you, Stacy, so much for alerting us to this. It says, "Hi, just a heads up that Karlin Borisenko, a fascist streamer, is currently stream sniping this call. Her goal is to clip participants out of context for reactionary propaganda and doxing. She has a documented history of targeting individuals, which has led to people losing jobs. So there's a serious risk to privacy and safety. She operates under fake names and multiple accounts. And then there is a link, I guess, to where she's streaming this call. But I don't know if we know.
Yeah.
Who she is on the call. I hate to like force people to miss out on the rest of the content, but I'm not sure I feel super comfortable continuing with that happening. I feel super comfortable continuing. Oh, I can hear my voice. That was weird. Did anyone else hear my echo?
Yeah, I think that we might have to just pause here. Because yeah, sorry, the echo was my fault because I had my mic.
No, you're fine.
I think maybe we do have to just pause here. Because I'm not sure who on the call might be the person doing this. I will just to like reassure folks, like because this is webinar style, no attendees' names are visible. And of course, none of the content that we're sharing here is anything problematic at all. But yeah, maybe just to be on the safe side, we pause here.
Yeah. And also, like one of my comrades mentioned in the chat, we will still share the slides from today. I really disagree with the sentiment of if we pause, she wins, just because the people who are giving these presentations have to like really seriously consider like the potential like professional and like safety ramifications of doing this. Like, I completely understand like where that sentiment's coming from, but like especially for folks of color and folks who might have their own like immigration considerations, I just want to make sure that like we aren't endangering anyone. Obviously this like really sucks and I want to make sure you all get access to this information, so maybe we can figure out another time to finish this. I don't know how we'll figure that out, but Stacey, I'm really sorry to hear that that's happening to you. Maybe we can organize something as NYC DSA, and that has like some different OPSEC considerations. Because I don't think that I want to risk even though, again, yeah, great point, Francis, that because we did webinar style, yay for OPSEC considerations there. None of your faces are like on here, but I just want to like make sure out of an abundance of caution, I'm not like creating like additional risk for other people or myself, obviously. But we definitely will try to work on figuring out a part 2 and making sure this information is accessible. We'll make sure that these slides are disseminated however we can. The content of the slides has all been reviewed by lawyers. It's not anything problematic or like illegal, but so we'll try to make sure to share that with everyone. In terms of the content. Sorry, I feel kind of like like scrambling because I feel bad. I don't want to like deprive people of this information, but I also don't want to like create more risk for folks.
No, I think that totally makes sense. And I think we can definitely organize a part 2. And we can, obviously do webinar again. So that is one layer of security, and also just make sure it's open only to DSA members, which I think can help too. So I think it's the right call. And I appreciate the folks in the chat who let us know this was happening.
Yeah, really helpful.
Of making sure this info gets to the people who need it. So yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I will say and they can stream this. This is like a reality of doing this work right now. And I think that everybody who is continuing to show up and try to figure out how to be a part of it, and as we witness like really like life or death stakes for people who are trying to show up and do the right thing, like is really a tremendous like sign of your solidarity with your immigrant neighbors and others. And like as like an immigration practitioner, it really means like so much. Yeah, we can close the chat. I don't know if that's like a thing we know how to do. I don't know if I have the ability to do that, but thank you for saying that. We'll work on that. But yeah, I just wanted to say, like, it means a lot to my clients that there are people who still, in light of everything, want to be here. It means a lot to me. It means a lot to all of us. We're honestly like kind of overwhelmed with how many requests we're getting for Know Your Rights trainings. We think it's like such a good problem to have, albeit a problem nonetheless. So gotta find some more trainers. And again, like, I really, really do apologize. And I know some people might not agree with the decision, but just as someone who has been doxxed pretty recently, a couple times already this calendar year, I just like want to make sure I'm taking precautions for myself, but also for other people on this call so they don't have to join the not so fun club of people getting doxxed. So we'll be sure as a group to like get our heads together and figure out how to best get like the remaining information to you all in another format, and maybe do like what people were recommending with like verifying DSA emails before we send out the slides, things like that. But I do just want to like really emphasize how grateful I am to all of you for being here and for letting us know what was happening. Sorry, that was so abrupt.
I also just want to say, as the person who is like coordinating this from the Trump admin response committee side of things, this was only open to members. So when we find the person who, you know, paid a membership fee just to do this, they will be removed. It's happened before, and they do get swiftly like removed from our membership roles. And we'll make like, I will personally make sure that we are able to get slides out to people who need them, to, you know, our chapter leaders, whoever else. And thank you guys all for being on. Thank you, Lima. So I'm so
of course. And can't emphasize enough, like, more than happy to figure out and brainstorm ways to continue this with you all. Like, I don't want you to miss out on the rest of the content. And I know the Q&A part was saved for the end, and I'm very sorry, but I don't want people asking questions that could potentially reflect on like their own status or things like that in a setting that we can't like totally confirm is secure. So the TARC folks have my contact information. So if folks do need to get a hold of me, definitely reach out to me there. Do you guys want to say anything to wrap it up? I feel crazy right now. Sorry.
No, just thank you so much for being on, Lima, and for sharing all your knowledge on this topic. And and thank you everyone who was able to join. And we'll go ahead and, you know, wrap up the webinar here, but there's more to come, and we'll get these resources out to everybody who needs it.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
What a massive W. What a massive W. What an absolutely unparalleled, massive, 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 massive W. Listen, I have watched a million Know Your Rights trainings. They're pretty much all the same because they're all sharing the same information. I've been watching these things for over a year now, like actually well over a year. And it's just like, like that, honestly, that was actually a relatively boring training. We can get a couple of clips from it of, you know, her comments about ICE and like make her look foolish because she was just in the New York Post. But honestly, I was actually rather bored during that training. I was kind of falling asleep. I was like, we've heard all this stuff before, nothing new, blah, blah, blah. But you know what? That was the biggest possible win that we could have gotten in that situation. The biggest possible fucking win that we could have gotten in that situation. Because now we know Stacy is a member of the DSA, because, yeah, they were right. You have to be a member of the DSA to have that link. Yep, very true. Hey, guess what? I am a member of the DSA, and it's not under my real name, you retards. And even if you figure out the name I'm a member under, how do you know I'm not also a member under a completely different name? DSA? DSA, how do you know that people in my community are not members under their names and sending me the link to your fucking meetings, and I'm using their name to sign into the meeting? There's any number of ways that I can get access to this information. How do you think I've been recording you guys for years? I've literally been recording the DSA for years. And they've just figured it out. I gotta say, man, Stacy has handed us the biggest, most giant W that possibly could have come out of today. I'm going to use that video over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. That was the best clip that we've gotten on Spy Stream. Stacy's actually doing my work for me. If I'm being honest about it, Stacy is actually making Spy Stream better. Stacy is making it more dynamic. She's giving me great clips. I've made a ton of money off of the clips that Stacy's given me. That's fucking rad. And so, Stacy, thank you for your service. Who's training? Our training? Who's training? Our training. Who's training? Our training. Who's training? Our training. We fucking own the DSA. We colonized their fucking meeting. We got them to cancel their entire meeting because they panicked because we were recording what they were saying. But oh, pinky swear, trust us, bro. We're not saying anything wrong or illegal. All the stuff we're saying is actually just fine. Well, riddle me this, immigration lawyer that wants to abolish ICE. Riddle me this. If everything that you're saying is just so fine and boring and normal and not that big a deal, then why did you cancel your training? All I'm doing is recording what you're saying. I'm not being disruptive. I'm not being racist. I'm not being sexist. I'm not being homophobic. I'm not being a Zionist. I'm not being whatever, a xenophobe, whatever other thing they want to call me. I'm literally sitting there recording what you guys are saying. If there's nothing wrong with what you're saying, and it's all totally fine, then what the fuck is the problem? Why did you have to cancel your training? People can watch everything I say and do on the internet. I'm not afraid of saying anything. I have said I am the queen fascist bitch of the internet over and over and over and over and over and over and over. Ooh, we got a socialist. You're saying you're gonna dox people. You're public on the internet, socialists. You're public on the internet. You are public on the internet. Do you know what being public on the internet means? Do you know that when you do a training in which you announce your name publicly on the internet, that's not actually doxing. That's you idiots being public on the internet. Not that difficult. Not that difficult. I couldn't be happier right now. I really could not be happier. I could not be fucking happier. This is going to make my reputation. This is going to make my brand. This is going to be, yeah, comrades. Yeah, you literally doxed yourself, you fucking retards. And if you guys are so smart and we're all so stupid, then why do we keep just outsmarting you over and over and over and over and over and over and over again? If you are public on the internet, that means public on the internet. Yeah, socialists try to take the high ground on doxing when most are guilty of it. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. They have no issue doxing whoever they want. They have no issue recording whoever they want. They have no issue spreading horrible lies. How many lies have socialists spread about me? Do you guys remember? When just like a week ago, we found out that communist in San Francisco was like, she was wearing secret glasses to record us. And I'm like, bro, I was wearing a normal pair of sunglasses, you paranoid fucking retards. I actually wasn't wearing a recording device on that particular occasion. Like, just like, I don't even have a sunglass recording device. And they put all over the internet, she was going to do this, and she was wearing these secret sunglasses to record us. I'm like, I fucking wish I had secret sunglasses to record them. Why? Of course I'm giddy. I'm going to go viral and make a fuck ton of money off of what just happened. Yeah. That's good. Oh. Honey, have you looked at your own picture? Are you a tranny? Guys, 1 in the chat if this is a tranny, 2 in the chat if this is definitely a real woman. 1 in the chat if this is a tranny. 2 in the chat if this is definitely a real woman. Let's look at your channel history. Let's look at your channel history on my channel. Let's see. 1. Yup, tranny. Look at that. Tranny. Fucking knew it. Fucking knew it. Oh, look, this account has never chatted into the channel before. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Well, it doesn't actually matter, communists. It doesn't actually matter whether you like it or not. Just know that I will literally always be recording you. Anytime I feel like it. Sometimes I give you guys a break because I don't feel like sitting in every fucking meeting you idiots have. But just know that I will literally always be recording you. Yeah, can you imagine being a communist literally paying me money to get access to my shit and you think that I'm the loser? You're paying me money, Stacy. You are paying me money. Thank you for the money, Stacy. And in fact, thank you for not only the money that you're paying me to get access to these streams, thank you for the additional money that I make every single time you disrupt someone else's training. And then I go viral for it. And then I make money because I go viral and I get more people in my audience and I build my brand and I get more views. All because you idiots are fucking around and you really think that you're going to defeat me. You have never defeated me. I am 100% undefeated in recording you guys literally every single time I want to record you. I have never been defeated when it comes to recording you guys. And if you think I don't have multiple ways to get your secret membership links in the DSA, that is just showing a shocking lack of imagination. I have community members that are members of the DSA literally all over the country. Can we just actually have a real conversation here, DSA? Since I know you're listening to me now. I have members of my community that don't like you, whose name you do not know, whose name you will never know. I have people in DSA chapters all over the country that are paying dues to you guys just to send me information about what's going on. That's reality. The reality is that I can record you guys whenever I want. If you figure out one of the 3 identities that I'm a member of the DSA in, and by the way, I can always actually just create another identity and join again. It's really like not that hard, guys. It's really not that hard. If you manage to figure out the 3 identities that I'm personally a member of the DSA in, and that's how I'm getting your links, or if you figure out every single person in my community that are members of your local chapters all over the country, maybe then you can start preventing me from recording your fucking meetings. But until then, or until you guys make everyone turn on their video camera, although we actually have ways around that too, DSA. If you get the bright idea to ignore every idea you guys have about security culture, because remember, socialists don't like being recorded. Socialists don't like cameras. I think the socialists would be really pushed very, very far if they wanted to require everyone in their call to turn on their camera. But just know, DSA, even if you require everyone on the call to turn on their camera, we have a way around that too. That's happened before. We have spy streamed meetings where other people were on the meeting that weren't me, that you have no idea who they are, no idea what they look like. They are in the meeting. They are the ones on camera. They are the ones recording the meeting. They stream it to another, this is, I'm really on my trade secrets, DSA. They stream it to another location. We then stream from the location they're streaming to, thus getting immediate access to everything in the meeting without me actually having to be the one to do it. That's my little workaround, DSA. And you want to know why that I'm completely comfortable telling you that? You want to know why I have no problem telling you at all how I'm going to obfuscate you guys trying to make everyone turn on their cameras? Because there's nothing you can fucking do about it. There's literally nothing you can do about it. This is not just me you're contending with. This is a community of people who don't like you guys, who want the bullshit to stop, who don't want you guys to win, and we will record every single thing you say and every single thing you do anytime we want to. Who's meeting? Our meeting. Who's training? Our training. We win, you lose. So DSA, you're going to have to make some decisions. You're going to have to make some decisions. You're going to have to figure out how to organize without being able to have your meetings if you have any issue at all with me recording them, because I am still going to be recording them, literally, no matter if you figure out what my name was in that meeting or not. It doesn't actually matter. As long as you guys are having meetings, we will be recording them, and we will win and you will lose, and you can whine and complain about it all over the internet. I think the most logical thing to do is just to not have these meetings in the fucking first place. I think the most logical things to do is just like, if you don't want me recording your meetings, the only way that eventuality is going to come to pass is if you stop having the meetings online in the first place. I think that's a massive W for me. If we take away their ability to organize in Zoom meetings because they're so fucking paranoid that they're being recorded all the time, that's a W for me. That's a W for us. I don't want them to be able to record, to organize on the internet. I want to provide as many like roadblocks as possible to the DSA being able to continue to organize, and all far left groups. I mean, the DSA isn't even the most far left group that we watch. We watch many other far left groups. DSA, don't think this is just about you. You guys are some of the most boring people that we watch, if I'm being honest about it. We watch way further leftists than you, like way fucking further left groups. But I do like the idea of being able to impede the DSA from doing organizing online because they're constantly paranoid that they're being recorded, which they will be. Massive W. Massive fucking W. Fascist W. Socialist L. We win. They lose. That was great. Was that great for you guys? That was great for me. That was great for me. That was awesome. That was super fun.